Welcome to TradeXon. Real trades, real capital, no demo, no hindsight. This channel documents my trading journey in real time, wins, losses, and everything in between. This was a tough week and this was a tough month. The market is very choppy and the conditions for the stocks are not very good at the moment. Maybe because of the war in Iran or maybe because of something else, I can't say. The only thing that matters to me that the price is moving not in my direction. My Intelia stop loss was hit on Friday, as you can see with this red candle. I was stopped out of the market. And for all these days, my stop loss wasn't hit, but unfortunately on Friday I was stopped out. I opened the trade here when the price went above this green candle and I put my stop loss here. About many days the price was ranging and here on this green candle I thought that it maybe go in my direction and it will continue up because here the price rejected 3 times. So I thought that some buyers are taking here in the market and start buying this stock, but I wasn't right. So I lost $30 from this position. I hit another loss here on N white. If you remember, I opened the position when the price went above the high of this green inside bar and I put my stop loss under the wall of the same inside bar. I really liked this setup because we had two consecutive inside bars one after another, and I thought that there is a good chance and possibility the price to go up, but after a short movement in the right direction for me. After that the price opened with a gap on Thursday and it continued down and hit my stop loss, so I was taken out of the position and I lost again $30 from my account. For you that are not familiar what gap means, a gap is the difference between the closing price of the previous day and the opening price of the next day. As you can see, there is a big difference from the closing price here on this bar, which is 71.75, and the opening price of this next bar. So this difference we are calling a gap. As you can see, we have gap in between this bar and this one. This is the closing price of the first bar and the opening price of the next bar. So the space between the closing and the opening price is calling a gap. As you can see on the stock market, there are almost always some gaps between the closing and the opening price of 2 consecutive days. Now, the only position that is left for me is Adea. The price made a rejection the last 2 days and I was on good profit here, maybe around $60, but after this the price dropped and now I am with $15 on profit. When the market is difficult, it is better to limit our risk early. So tomorrow on Monday, I will consider moving my stop higher or even on break even. So this is a bit risky because this trade could go up, and if I don't have enough room, the price could make a movement down and after that to continue up. So in this way I will be out of the market uh, with no loss but and with no probability for a win. This is a decision that everyone should take for himself. Does he want to be more riskier or more protective in his positions? As I said, the market is very difficult at the moment, and there are not a lot of stocks that have appropriate setups for me to trade. I'm looking a few stocks. Maybe if I was on the screen on Friday, I would take this trade. Now it could be taken with a better risk to reward uh, probability because the price is under the high of the previous inside bar. Because if I was on Friday on the screen, I would open the trade here after the price goes above the previous high of the inside bar, and I would put my stop here under these walls. That's why now we have a better opportunity, but tomorrow we will see how the market will open, and I will decide do I want to be in this trade or not. Here is another nice setup that I like. Big red candle, and after that we have a green inside bar. Maybe tomorrow I will consider opening a trade here when the price goes above the inside bar, and I would like to put my stop here or here under the wall of the green or the red candle. It depends on how the market will develop tomorrow, because if he do something like this, and maybe I will wait one more day to see what will happen, and they then will decide whether I want or don't want to trade this stock. Here is another stock that is interesting. It is fundamentally strong for now, and it is not so strong setup as this one, but I will consider do I want to trade this stock. And this stock, Janus Henderson Group, I don't like so tight ranges. Maybe I would wait a couple of days to see what is happening with this stock. And this is the last stock that I'm watching right now. This is TradeXon. Trading is not about being right every time. It's about managing risk and staying consistent. If you want to follow the journey, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.